kind of stomped on the song tonight. I was trying to think of Marvin Gaye. I can't remember the lyrics to Let's Get It On. Let's get it. We are sensitive people with so much to give. Something love each other since we got to be. Uh, There's nothing wrong for me to want you. Yeah. Na 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 na. Giving yourself to me would never be wrong if the love is true. Oh, baby. Oh, that's all I remember. Do do da da 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 do do da da. Yes, push it all away. Push it all away. Get this shit up off me, baby. Get it up off me. I get damn carried away. Thank you. Mm. May the power of blue argonite propel you. May the power of blue argonite propel you. May the power of blue argonite propel you. And we are sending out Verge of vibrations to cut through ignorance, giving you that clarity with the thunderbolt intention. You know, we are pushing motion. We are pushing motion. We're pushing, moving through space-time, using the thunderbolt consciousness, pushing through it, baby. And finally, bringing you the vibration so you don't say I tricked you, I didn't warn you that it's coming. Well, we didn't know he was going to play the Verge of vibration. We didn't know that part. I admit I don't really do this for y'all. I do this for me. I like it too. Oh shit, man. Lips is drier than a motherfucker. Here we go. Welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I guess I don't really need that. I am your host, Big Pontiac. I am also the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins. And I am your one and only Galactic Daddy-O, welcoming each and every one of the Chocolate Mountaineers to my galactic patio from Minnesota to the universe. And tonight, you know we still do it in 3D because we are having Boulder's Beer the Shake, entirely the best tasting beer in the country, closely followed by the backup plan is Founders out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, and their porter. So again, we are using the very special Killian's Barrel Mug glass. So pop them if you got them right now and toast to the booty. And just look at that amber goodness filling up that beer barrel. You know, you're filling the beer barrel back up and you just look and think, why didn't I think of that? That could be me holding this amber goodness. This rob from God. The cats are freaking out. There's some kind of energy I haven't shifted. They are freaking out. Not quite sure what's going on with them, but something sparked something that moved something. So these cats is tripping out. So, and we are still saying special thanks to Orbs Vegan Gummies 50 milligrams for keeping me funky all day, baby. No smoking. I love it. Here's my main man from out of this crazy land, Lobo. You guys gotta be subscribed to Lobo. Lobo has a great mind and he sees it. And I thank you that you would join me. B Brown, how you doing? Oh, there's my man Lorenzo. What is going on? I ain't got no musical talent. I just like playing with the bows, and I like the vibrations. You can even use this stuff for healing. Oh, I don't know if I brought the other part. I don't think I did. But I tell the story, and I guess I've never told this story of why I like sucking on cigars. And I found one. God, I was watching something years and years ago about how Jack Daniels and them was working with this tobacco company, and they was dipping them, and Jack Daniels, well, maybe not Jack. Yeah, no, I want to say it was one of their branches, and they would dip them, use this cognac, and they would dip the cigars in this cognac, and I started buying them, and I kind of forgot about that, and then I found one. These are dipped in cognac, so. This was kind of what got me into suck on cigars was the cognac dip ones. They seem to keep the flavor longer than just the sweet ones. So I guess I imagined it would look like a backwood when you first take it out. But it's distorted because it's been, I'm sucking out the goodness. Well, greetings, everyone. Here we are again. Trying to do our best to go through these vibrations. Derek, 450, thank you for what you posted. That's why I shared it. I thought you had that wood sparked up. Yeah, I couldn't stand that. I hold it. It's nothing but bongs. I can't hit a blunt. Nothing but bongs. And as I said before, I don't know if I can't really say I created or the creator of blunts, but I'm gonna say this. In 83, I've told the story many times. We used to get the big tobacco leaves. Tobacco leaves is like this. They're big leaves, big giant leaves. And when they brown them out, they're cured out. And and I don't really exaggerate when I say that my ex-wife's mother lived on a plantation. Her house was on the field. You know what I'm saying. Her house was in the middle of the plantation. And but she at one point worked where they cured the tobacco. So she would give me big sheets, and I just took like a whole cured sheet and put about a half ounce in it and rolled it up and licked it and rolled it up and licked it and rolled it up, and we smoked it. And that was like in 1983. And I didn't really think nothing of it. You know, it was hot as hell. It was like we was sitting under a tree. You know, we had about a case of beer on ice in front of us, me and her brother and her cousin, and we just smoked this motherfucker. So, and that was 83. But as I said, we had a real tobacco leaf. And I had some of that fire sesamelia. My grandma's husband used to go to the country and get sugar canes. I used to love them. They were so sweet. Oh yeah. Yeah, sugar cane is nice to suck on. I mean, really, you know, have a nice machete and just, you know, like we would have like little piles of cane, and you'd have a little machete and just chop it off and just suck on them. You know, just suck on them like that. But it was other things. It was the little buttercups. We used to suck on the little buttercups that we would find in the yard. It's all kind of little rhubarb. I mean, I grew up sucking on rhubarb. Rhubarb in June. When I was young, we would just pop that stuff and pop it and suck the sour. You know, rhubarb is like the sours of the sour. And so I grew up like that around that stuff. Yep. But rhubarb, you know, that really give you the, you know, it gives you that instant sour. So I grew up on that natural kind of stuff. Whew. This is good. Huh. Make it work. I'm gonna make it work. Interesting. They didn't let me download a USFL video, so I got to see what the problem is with it is. There's my knife. I don't know if you guys watched the USFL games tonight. I watched the Canadian game. The Argonauts got beat by the Hamilton Tiger Cats. No. Oh, nope. All right, it's done. Good though. USFL games are entertaining. Simply scripted. I thought for a minute I saw that they had a sponsor. You know, the USFL they'll tell you this is how much they want this to make it. They don't even have apparel sponsors. You guys notice that? USFL does not have even apparel sponsors, but yet they got a TV deal. So that shows you somebody wants that to work. Somebody wants the USFL to work. And football in the spring is, you know, early summer is a great idea. People love football that much. Football is a religion if you really look at it. What do you think all these practices and the stuff around the country? It is a religion. Football took over Sundays. Football did that in the 60s. Shoot, by the mid-70s, football had taken over Sundays. Where churches for men would be up out of there. Now, Michigan, if you're on Eastern time, church would be done 12:30 because men was like, hey, you know, we'll come, we'll tide, but we got to be back for football. And that they won. They won. Now, with women, a lot of men don't bother me. The women can go church to church to church. So that's what we saw. Football took over Sundays. At least for men. And I think it freed up women in a way too. You know, because the women didn't, you know, have to feel as obligated. He got something to do. So I'm gonna start off tonight. Let me see if I can show this or not. This is crazy though. This is crazy just staying healthy. You know how much the cost of staying healthy is. Uh, and it's just like, you know, I'm looking at all these drugs that help me function, but you know, I take concentrics. See this shit here? That comes up concentrics. Tells the milligram. You see that shit? They just sent me 2 of these motherfuckers. This is the price for 1. So my back doesn't, you know, mess up. And then some shit. They just sent me 2 of these, was worth 12. Now, I ain't complaining, but some of this stuff is kind of, I don't know how much it costs in other countries. And I tried that Humira shit. It didn't seem to do nothing. This actually made me where I can play pickleball and I can work. So for me, it's a big boost to my health. I watched the College World Series tonight. I got the title staying in Magnolia State. Last year was Mississippi State. This year looks like Ole Miss. You could be. I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of it. Yeah, I can't really say. I guess baseball, we had the combined no-hitter by by Houston against the Yankees. Combined no-hitter. 3 dudes had a no-hitter. First time since 2002, 2003. The only 8th time in history they've been no-hit, I think it said. So, didn't have any money on that. So I don't know if y'all checked that out. But I watched the Twins. The Twins blasted. Damn. Colorado. I got it right. Yeah, the Twins beat the shit out of Colorado. Buxton knocked in a run in the first inning, and they end up winning 6-0. After getting shut out yesterday, they shut out. It was 1-0. They got shut out yesterday. Today they shut out. So you see how they did that. Hockey is tomorrow night. I say hockey 7, definitely. I say Tampa Bay wins at home. So we'll see. I got a little money on that, but that's what I think. I think they're gonna win at home. But we will see. Yeah, I got to play pickleball. Well, my best friend, he had got his racket, and so I rode into the city. Well, he lives in one of the suburbs around the city, and so rode up there, and we played. We played 1-on-1, which is really, it wears you out. It's a lot of moving. And then we played, I think we played 3 games of 1-on-1 and did drills with him. And then we played with some people. We lost both games, but and I didn't wear my knee brace. I only hurt, without knee braces, I really only hurt my knee 1 time. So did pretty good. Jumped, shouldn't have jumped. And I was kind of like, you know, not really going out too, but it shows my knees have healed quite a bit. That for it to not really go out shows my legs have gotten stronger. So I think the Astros did that before to the Yankees. Yeah, in 2003. I think they did it to him in 2003 is what it said. Yeah. So 2003, they did the same thing. But I think it was the only 8th time in the history of it. I didn't really get chastised, but it was just somebody was telling me they was listening to somebody's flow, and like they were saying how somebody brought up a point, and like the point was it was a good point, and it had the person really into it, and then they said that the person just shifted gears, and when it was like we're headed to the moon, and I'm enjoying the ride, I'm looking out the window, and it's cool looking, and then all of a sudden I'm talking about Vermont. Some little town in Vermont, little dusty little town in Vermont. So it just doesn't correlate. It just doesn't keep you engaged. So I try to, and like I know when I get with Sly and do his show, it's like I really need to listen and answer his questions because I get to answering it, but my thinking and answering it, it'd be like I try to do a tree of answers. I like try to look at every tree of answers because that's really kind of how it is. It's never just one point. And I try to, as I say, I try to tell the whole story of these things, that it really does blossom out to a bunch of different things to try to really make people understand with precision. Because if I can't tell you precisely how to do some of this stuff, what good is it? What good is it really? If I'm not conveying a point where you can use even just a little bit. Now I'll say this for Zach and his group of followers. Zach does almost every show turns back to zero and says, this is, from Manly Hall. This is how the old system is made. And I applaud him for that. That's right on. That he does do that for people that won't understand. And that's kind of how you want to be. You never want to be above the first time listener. You always want to be where even that person can relate. And I know they attribute it, they say about Michael Jordan, but really that shit go back to Babe Ruth. They tried to say that Michael Jordan, he wanted to play every game because he wanted to, might be the first and only time somebody get to see him play, and that Babe Ruth had said the same thing in the 1920s. But the point was this aim to give a good performance. And we can say that even seeing the Globetrotters, any of you guys that's seen the Globetrotters, generally it is a fun show. You generally leave there feeling good. You like, as I said, the time I saw them in Battle Creek, and I knew a couple of the brothers, Super Mario, I knew a couple of them on the team. And he was like, Dad, what you doing here? And, all of them was like digging my ex-wife. They was like all looking at my ex-wife because I had both my sons was fairly younger boys. It was just funny seeing them. But they put on a good show. But it made me observe how they was doing it. It was like they play the music, and when they play the music, they would just hoop. And they turn the music off and they do the tricks. I mean, the NBA now takes that part of playing music during plays. They didn't do that. The Globetrotters was the first one to do that. So, and that more than likely the Globetrotters will win. And you don't feel bad that the Globetrotters win. I mean, I watched as I said, I watched Curly Neal as a little boy, and later went to Curly Neal's house in Greensboro. Curly Neal lived in Greensboro. He was from Greensboro. He went to college in Johnson C. Smith in Charlotte. But as a little boy, I first saw him, and I met him. I first saw him. I was in 3rd grade, so that was probably 1970, and I later met him in 79 or 80. 79 or 80. He was cool. He was always coming to the gym to work out. You just talk to him. The first time I met him, I was coming into the old gym where I had a ball. I would just go work out. And I think I was done. And I was like sweating and got my workout in, and I was leaving. And he was coming in the gym. And I was like, Curly. I stopped him, shook his hand. and later got to know him. It was that easy. And really, the timing was just my love of the game, and I was just working on myself. Even it was like, I think it was still football season, and I was just between classes just went in there and would always work on my hooping during the football season, and happened to run into him. So I bet so. If the leagues admitted that they were scripted, but scripted in a way, I mean, they already admit the gambling part, scripted in a way to figure it out for the gambling. That's what they do with wrestling. Wrestling is that same thing. You can still bet on wrestling. Good point. It's not just the NBA, but every sport does that. Play music during the game. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dun 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 dun. Remember, dun dun. Everybody, everywhere would come out. But during the playing, the first time I ever saw that was the Globetrotters during the playing of the game. Because baseball during the playing, the pitcher they ain't playing no music. Hockey. It'd be so damn loud in the hockey arena. Hockey. Does hockey play music during playing? I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't think so. I don't think hockey plays music during playing. Now football, it's too loud in that place, really. It's too loud. But yeah, some sports do. Baseball, but they got, especially timeouts. They pump up the music during timeouts. So I don't know if I agree with you on that one, Lorenzo. I don't know if I agree with you on that one. Because football be way too loud. You can barely hear the announcer sometimes. Yeah, so that's all. But it's something that you see more of the entertainment aspect, especially in basketball. When you're watching a regular season basketball game, you really see the entertainment aspect. You see the Globetrotter part of it. And that's what I point out, Lobo, and a lot of others point out, is the entertainment aspect of it. And the entertainment aspect of it is the scripted, because that's what entertainment is. Entertainment is planned playing. That's entertainment. It's a planned play. ACWE. Which dude is that? Hockey doesn't get. He say, oh yeah. KD told the media he's God. Oh, okay. I missed that. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, hockey done got hip hop. Lorenzo, that's funny. CWE's hot tonight. He says that KD told the media he's God. A lot of people say that though. Dude is a liar. You better shut up. KD ain't nothing. Yeah, got you hot tonight. Okay. Remember, God is also dog. It's the same kind of concept. It's the same word. But okay. I didn't see that part. I don't really pay a lot of attention to KD anyway to see it. So I'll tell you, I like, the hobby of cleaning up a car. My daddy wagon, I was mostly just hauling stuff. But now, cleaning up the car is kind of fun. It's always been a hobby, just to detail, just to mess with the car, be outside. So it's been fun. Driving, it's been fun. Listening to good music, I kind of forgot about that aspect of it, of rolling and listening to good music. So that's why. And let me tell you, I guess this is the drama in my life. And as I said, I watched my sister go through it first. It's like one day you've got this little loving little daughter, and the next day, she just hates the mom for some reason. And like, what causes that? What causes the daughters to, just can't get along with the mothers? Because I was talking to my best friend. We were playing, our daughters are weeks apart, both of their birthdays are in August. My daughter's is August 10th. His daughter's August 22nd. I mean, our women were pregnant, like they came when my daughter was born, they came out to see her. And Julia was still pregnant. She was like, oh, I'm just ready to have this baby too. I wish that she would come. And then when their baby came, they brought her out to us, that day. We saw them within, a couple of days she was born, they brought her out. So, having a lot of mommy daughter drama. Like I do this, And normally I get done, it's 2, 3 in the morning. I stay up until 3:34. And so we was planning to we was supposed to get a storm. I don't think none of that shit happened. We didn't get any rain. So no storm. I get a call about a quarter to 11 that she's dropping my daughter off. It's not my weekend. So she's not supposed to come over, but she's always welcome. But I'm getting a call talking about I can't, she won't help me. And if she won't help me, she can get the fuck up out my house. It's basically what she told me. So I'm not going to leave my daughter just homeless, standing outside looking stupid. I said, okay, but it woke me up and got me up. And my best friend said the same thing. His daughter and his wife is going through the same thing. And she can't understand. She's doing everything for this child and taking her places, got her, and here she's giving her all this grief and back talk. And I think my daughter understood very clearly. It's like, don't hit me because I hit back harder. Now, you can hit me, but can you take me hitting you back? You can push me, but can you take me pushing you back? I don't tolerate, from a little girl especially, I don't tolerate a lot of lip. And the boys, you just jack them up. It's a point where, okay, you're not going to talk crazy. Like this is a true story with my son. My son is 27. He broke his mother's car. Got in a situation where he should have just called and said, what do I do before you can? Because what he did is he drove a Cadillac through a puddle, through where it had flooded. Cadillac said low. All that air, it's low sitting, all that air, the engines, everything sucking in air. And wanted to talk shit after he did it. And I'm like, okay, if you are old enough to talk to me that way, then you are old enough to live by your goddamn self. Simple as that. And he had to go. And he went to my mother. My mother took him in, of course. I knew she would, but I didn't think about it because I didn't care. I'm like, you're not going to talk shit to me and just think that that's it. You can talk grown, then be grown. I've had to put him out of my house a couple times, more than once. Like, he talked shit to me another time. I'm like, get the fuck up out of my house. Who is you talking to? Who are you talking to? Get up out of my house. He says, KD is the dog. I am serious during the break after whistle before face-off. I want hockey game. They play party of it. Okay, yeah, right before, the face-off. Yeah, during the breaks, of course. But during just live play, yeah. Yeah, not just live play. NBA, it'd be live play. NBA do what the Globetrotters do sometimes. It'd be live play, not just the breaks. In NBA, it'd be live play. They play music during live play on some of the NBA games. And as I said, that came from the Globetrotters. They did that first because of that same period. Like a Mario Green and all them cats that I knew. I knew them through some of the Timberwolves too. I knew a bunch of dudes. So. And so going to a bunch of games, and I remember going to that game in Michigan in Battle Creek, and I just remember playing music, and it was just so odd watching them while they was hooping. They wasn't doing any tricks; they were just going back and forth hooping. And I was like, that is different, and the crowd loved it. I watched the crowd because when I go to games, I look at the event that's being presented, and what it took to put this event. Look at all the money, seating. I kind of figure all that kind of stuff out, and I'm like, okay, this is how much it costs. This is what they made, but. Yeah, I thought it was clever. And then now, as you said, Lorenzo, it's a common thing. These animals are tripping out. There's something that tripped these animals out. I don't quite get it. But they tripping out on something. Oh, Donnie. If you know sports are scripted, what makes you still watch it? Well, I've said, I am the holder of the sacred ball game. And as the holder, I still have to look at it because I enjoy it because I've done it all my life. I've watched these games since I was a little boy. I mean, through the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, the teens. I mean, I've watched sports, since the 60s. No. Well, okay. So, yeah, yeah. So that's why I watch it. That's because I still evaluate how it's going and point out how they're doing it. So more people understand. So the leagues have to end up coming up like what the government forced wrestling to say it was scripted. I don't know if y'all remember that. The government did that. But the government won't do that to football and basketball. So yeah. Yeah. What's happening, conspiracy? You had a good video you did. You guys subscribe to him. Well, guys, I'm gonna make this short. I'm gonna make this short. Something just came up I got to go do. So yeah, tally ho. Looks kind of yeah. So I'm gonna cut this short. And I'll read more as I cut it out. I think I got everything out I wanted to get out anyway. Yeah, so cool little short show today. More, it all starts with a gentle sadness. They came from their original homeland. They knew that they had an exact number of years and days before they would disappear off the earth as a culture and a lifestyle. But the civilization would build to a gentle love. They lived in the Creator's day and knew how to separate cycles and the great serpent. Remember, love just is. And everyone rest well. Rest well. Rest well. Definitely rest well. And as I said, Lazarus Long would say, the days are long, but the years are short. And for the divination tonight, it is Ik. And Ik is Jaguar or Heart. Heart knowing, alignment with divine will, magician, shaman, Jaguar, night seer, priest, torchbearer, magic, initiation. Symbol is the Jaguar, wisdom wand, all seeing, peacock. The number is 14. The color is opulence, iridescence. Opulence and iridescence. Herbs are basil. Flower, stargazer, lily. Sunflower is a flower essence. Scent is patchouli, aloe. Stones are motivite, opal, crystal balls, rainbows. It's an earth element and it's coming from the north. And the problem that people would put upon themselves or the shadow wisdom is issues of integrity, personal power, control, will out of alignment with the divine will. Need for approval and recognition. Why do you need recognition? Why do you need approval? Mind out of alignment with heart knowing. Develop a clear connection with source and your will and your essence self. Be transparent. Be transparent. That's why I tell people, be the eyes of Laura Marsh. Because that puts you in a thing where you're able to see where the person that's or whatever's facing you, where you're able to look at it from where it's coming from. And I guess I will use the popular, there's a thing out there that sometime will bring up stuff. And so you have to find out sometime what is the thing that's fucking with you? Or what is the thing that's holding you back? What is the thing in your way? You have to figure that out. So if you're iridescence, you keep clear so you can see clear. Trust, open to heart knowing, limitless. But the way to get out of it, develop a clear connection with divine will in your essence. Okay, I read that. The harmonic wisdom is melodies. So left hand cupped beneath your heart, cupped. I guess this is cupped. Left hand, I guess, cupped. While the right hand held perpendicular with reaches above the head. And then down again to the other hand, meeting alignment, allowing the divine will. Yeah, I can't figure that shit out. What? Right hand held perpendicular with strength, reaches straight above the head. How do you have your hand cupped and reach above your head? It doesn't move up and down cupped. Then down again to the other hand. I'm not getting this one. That one's goofy, y'all. I think they're asking you just to do some shit like this. Probably. That's probably it. Yeah. So All right, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna cut out. Some just came up, so this is good. I feel good. You know, I wish I could go on a little longer, but it looks like yeah, got to go do this. So thank you. I'll be on tomorrow night. This is the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am your host, Big Pontiac, coming at you from Minnesota. Little Prior Lake. Holla at your boy. Till we meet again. Say less.